Hello, fellow dorks, and welcome back to Alone in the Dork. I'm actually on time today, but man, am I dragging some butt. Had a long but fun weekend, kind of week as well. Went down to a beautiful place called Bend, Oregon, and kind of emceed a wedding, which was fun and exhausting. And then I had a weekend of like games with Mike, who should be on here unless he's too tired as well because I'm pretty freaking tired. But yeah, we played our D&D campaign, and we actually played in person. We've been playing. They hired me as their game master for Dungeons and Dragons during COVID, and we've been playing basically every week or every other week since COVID. But during COVID, and this was the first time all six of us met in person. So I, Mike, just joined. I'm talking about you and us, and our fun weekend, and how I am tired. We didn't even really get that crazy either. We just slept poorly because we're old. But yeah, we are now level 13. So I'm going to be jumping into the Discord chat now, and then we'll get this game going. We got Lone Spelunker, who is the designer of the game. We got Mike and Morgan, who are my go-tos. Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. All right. Well, if anyone is out there, and Lee Wade, speak of the devil. If anyone's out there listening, feel free to listen in. Hi, Lee. How you doing? Lee is the designer of Alone Against Nyarlathotep, which we'll not be playing tomorrow because I'm having so much more fun things to be doing with my life. I don't. It's not going to be fun at all. So anyway, I got a little procedure got to do. So sadly won't be on tomorrow for that, but we'll pick that up next week. And I was looking this over, Spelunker. I think we still have 2 sessions of this. I think we're gonna have today and probably one more at the rate we're going, which is fine. It doesn't feel like it's dragging at all, but it just feels like we're gonna have a little ways to go.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Yeah, which is again fine. I don't. Yeah, it's not like I have anything prepared, and I'm enjoying it, and it's fun. It's a fun system. So, and it seems to be working really well with Owlbear as well. The days before I found Owlbear, so thank you, Owlbear. That's the interface we're using. So let's jump into this. Feel free to like interrupt me and tell me what I missed. So basically we get our star. Well, actually, we don't even get our starship. Our starship is like trapped in like some wormhole, basically, or something like that. We do end up rescuing the crew and kind of pulling it away from the wormhole, and like a couple of people died. And then we hit. It turns out that they hit these mines that were left there from like a previous war between these 2 factions. And then it's like Imtala or someone like that. Imta, that's it. She's like this ambassador, like, yeah, my bad, those were ours. And then we're just like kind of like checking out the mines, and we get hit by another freaking mine. It hits our starbase. And then we realize that the mines are actually, I don't know if they're sentient necessarily, but they're moving. They're coming towards us, which they're not really programmed to do. I think they're just programmed to go explodey. And so we do get Velazquez, I think is his name, something like that, our hotshot pilot. We kind of come up with some fun ideas after quieting down the ambassadors and everyone, like kind of get everyone to shut up. Oh, focus, stupid. And what we do is we do get, my thing's not focusing. Focus on my dumb face. Oh, well, if it doesn't, it's probably for the best. And we triangulate some of these mines, and we do figure out where they are and how to get to them. And that is where we captured one. I'm pretty sure that's where we left off. Why is this not focusing? I have so many different cameras now. I have 4 different cameras that I'm currently using for just filming videos and stuff like that. And this is typically the one that is like the chillest. And like, it's just being kind of a beehole right now. I'll put more light on me. White balance. I'm giving it the cleanest sheet in the world to white balance off of, which is my face. And it's still not doing it. Oh, well, I'm about to shrink my head down anyway, so who cares? There I go. It looks clearer the smaller I get. For the best for everyone. Okay, did I forget anything? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Sounds good.
I think that's pretty much everything. Okay. So let's just hop into this bad boy. And again, I got a kind of a hard-ish out in an hour because I got things to do. How are you doing, Mike? I took a nap today because I'm tired.
Pretty darn wiped.
Yeah, I am too. I'm in my voice. So my voice from the wedding is tired, and my voice from it's the Star Trek beauty filter. Yeah, it's the Star Trek beauty filter. That's what it is. It's my Kirk romance filter. Okay, good. Yeah, nothing like a soft focus to help me out. But yeah, I'm tired. Okay, so let's jump into this, and yeah, oh well, whatever. Let's see here. All right, let's cruise on down. So we do have this helps. The caltrop is on board, and that is exactly where we left off. Just moving something out of my way so I can see. Okay. You hurry down to the loading bay of your ship, where the caltrop has been brought out of drop space. It is a large, star-shaped hunk of utilitarian metal, held together with rivets and bands of metal. Zinti script is written in green ink on one side. It looks like a serial number. A red light blinks insistently at the tip of each star point. The shimmer of a containment field glows around it in case it decides to detonate. Well, that's good to know. By your side is Lata, the Zinti official. She approaches it, and you ask her, can you open it and access the black box? Apparently these things have black boxes. Her skull-like head turns, eye sockets empty of luminescence. Uh-oh. I can try, she says. Drop the containment field, you order, and then should step away behind the blast doors. The nearby crewmen hesitate, wisely, but your operations lead nods at him. Do it, they say. The containment field drops, and you all watch as Lata walks slowly up to the enormous device. She reaches for a small control panel on the sphere that forms its core, and you can see her hand quivering as she moves. Hey, Solus Venture, go ahead and make some... Okay, I was screwing up your name because every time I see your name, I think, like, Venture Soloist... Like, but then I think Adventure Soloist, and then but it's Soloist Venture. So Adventure Soloist is always in my head. So hi, thank you for tuning back in to my my fuzzy face today. It can't white balance on me. Anyway, she's terrified. You're getting there too. Oh shoot. Okay. I watched one of your videos. I did a lot of driving. I actually watched one of your videos this weekend while driving until I got into the mountains and lost my signal. Continuing. She taps in a code, and the panel swings open. She flips a switch, and an insistent buzzing noise begins whining upwards in pitch. It startles the crew when you see a crewman lunging for the containment field controls. Your operation lead shoves him aside. Activating it now would cut Lata in two. Oh, that's not good. She taps another code on the interior of the panel, and suddenly the buzzing noise stops. Good. And the lights go out. Better. Lata breathes a visible sigh of relief, and more calmly sets about unhooking wires. She turns and hands you the black box. It's interesting these things have black boxes. Do they actually, like, survive the explosions? I guess that's what black boxes sadly do. I'm glad you know what you're doing, you say, handing her the black box to your science lead to go analyze it. Who's our science lead? It's probably a name I can't pronounce. As the containment field goes back up around the caltrop and you walk Lata out of the bay, she confides in you. I wasn't sure. I don't know what accent this is, but this is her accent today. Wasn't sure what I was doing. It's kind of like Dr. Ruth. We had schematics from a century ago and some override codes from old archives, but I did not know they would work. You insert the black codes into the black box. Okay, well then, you say. I'm glad. It's dumb. I'm so tired and punchy. Well then, you say, I'm glad you had the courage to do it anyway. You smile, thank her, and head for the science lab, analyzing the black box. Your science team is going to analyze the black box to try to figure out any clues about how to stop them or who is manipulating them. The situation. You're in the science room with the Caltra black box. Lata has sent some of her Zenti engineers to assist. Perform these tasks in order. Zenti engineers can assist with the D8, so that's not too bad, with the Zenti technology protocols as an action. Remember to accrue escalation for... Oh, we're still doing escalation. Mike, do you have the brain cells to do that today, or are you too tired from our D&D weekend? Oh, man. I know.
I don't know. I don't know if I can stay on top of it.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, for every action a crew member takes, we accrue 1 point, and then every time we hit 4, that is a point of escalation. I think I said that right. When you leave a situation, the action count resets back to 0. Okay. So all of the escalation we accrued in the previous one have all been wiped to 0. So if you complete each situation in 3 actions, you'll accrue no escalation. Oh. So did we still keep the escalation, but we just all the little numbers of 4 went away? Help me, Lone Splunker. You're my only hope. Okay, thank you. I'm mixing my...
You have the escalation that you earned before.
Yeah.
But
when you go to a new situation, the action count returns to 0.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. So we need to analyze the black box. And how much escalation do we have here? Do we have it written down? Oh, we did. We have 3. Ugh. We do? Makes us feel like we're not good at things. Okay, we have 3 points of escalation. But it is back down to 0 for our count. I'll do my best to talk it out loud if someone feels like just kind of... Mike was actually pretty smart where he was doing 0.0. So when we hit 0.4, we bump up our escalation. And that is for each crew person trying. I'll do my best to chat it out, but you guys know I'm going to screw this up. That's my forte. So we're trying to glean whatever knowledge we can from the Caltrop black box. These appear to still be D6s, so there's ancient protocols. That's kind of fun. So we need someone who's pretty well versed in like ancient sciences or just ancient protocols, which it could very well be the Zenti technological protocol people, and they probably understand their ancestry and the why they do the things they do better than we do. But we also have the corrupted black box data. So again, it is good to use the same person because then we do lose like some reroll capabilities, but we don't bump up our escalation as much. And again, it's just a fun little streamlined system of resource management, which as Morgan knows, I always get pretty excited about resource management. So who would be good at this? I'm looking at science, which is Seshadri, xenobiologist. No. Scientific principles? Maybe. What else is she? Sensor tech. That sounds pretty good. Research librarian. Accomplished actor. Ooh. I've got a thing for her all of a sudden. And wilderness survival trainer. I really have a thing for her now. She seems pretty awesome. So what? Yeah, none of that's jumping in super well. Comms, operations. Yeah, is anyone looking good here of our characters? And again, we do have the IMTA, or whatever they're called. They're Zenti technology protocols. Oof, boy, words are hard today.
I guess the cryptology expert, but that's only a D6. But
oh, we do have a cryptology? That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, right there. That's our comms person. Yeah, cryptology would make sense, like just the ancient language. That would make a lot of sense, actually. What else does she have? And communications tech, linguist, observant, cool-headed. Cool-headed would be good for like diffusing a bomb, and doing a whole sweat thing and which wire do I cut kind of thing. But we're just trying to analyze it. But yeah, what are we? Ancient protocols and corrupted black box data. I think what. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, please go ahead.
What about cautious and methodical? With Nakai.
Okay. That's our medical person. Cautious and methodical. Okay, they could very easily be going through the data. That's pretty good. I can get on board with that. Where's our... Yeah, scientific principles, sensor tech. Yeah, I mean, sensor... It doesn't look like we're getting above a D8 on this. So, and it looks like we have to use probably 2 people. It doesn't look like one person is... I don't know, they're accomplished actor. They could like reenact speed. That may help. Actually, her new name is Sandra Bullock instead of Shadri. I had such a crush on her during Speed. Okay. As did everyone, hopefully. Okay. What? I don't know. What are we thinking, guys? So we Morgan named quite a few, a couple of good ones, but yeah, we're not knocking it out of the park on these. We can just get our hotshot pilot in there.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, he fell asleep.
I'm awake, but I'm very close to brain dead at the moment.
Oh, dude, I'm so dead.
Y'all must have played really hard this weekend.
We really did. I just didn't get good sleep, but cause I had the wedding and everything. We played Captain Sonar. That's actually how we ended after we finished D&D. We played that like 6 times. That's how we end our night, which is super fun game if you never played it, but you need at least 6 players.
Yeah, that was a good time. I have a meds change thing that is making my brain very difficult to deal with.
Oh, yours is meds related. Okay, you're foggy. You just got brain fog. Okay.
if we wanted to just use one person,
Mm-hmm.
Sashadri we could use scientific principles and research librarian.
I like that.
Or sensor tech, yeah,
That
which
would
are
be
they're both D8. Yeah. Okay, that'd be a D10. Scientific principles. I can get on board with that, actually. I think that's great, Morgan. Scientific principles, which makes sense. And then research librarian of just like cracking the code and just cracking like what's going on with this thing. Good job, Morgan. You get to roll it because you are the most alert out of all of us. Congratulations for, I don't know your sleeping habits, but it sounds better than ours.
Bode well for us.
So, yeah, so roll. And Mike, why don't you roll us 2d6?
Okie dokie.
Come on, Morgan.
So a D10 and a D8, right?
Mike got a 6 and a 1, so we could use a point of our stamina to reroll that 6, and then we'd probably be in pretty good shape, unless, ooh,
Good.
which it sounds like we want to do. So Mike got a 6 and a 1. We got a 4 and a 3. Oh, man, this is like right when you're in the middle of like, which one do we, like, do we reroll the 3 on the 1d10? Because like we rolled so low on that, because that d6, yeah, this is. I remember like in Dungeon Heroes, I was like, man, it's hard when you got two like kind of middling rolls where just the odds are kind of the same. When it's either do I reduce one or do I try to improve another? What are you guys feeling? Oh man,
That sucks. I mean, I can try re-rolling the D10, but I'm just afraid it's gonna be lower. But
yeah. Can you, Mike? Can you give hit a point of stamina on Sandra Bullock, please?
Yes. Let me take a look.
Thank you. You're just so good at that, and you make such colorful icons. It's just it's you're appreciated, Mike. Copy and paste that, baby. And then okay, Morgan, reroll. Do that D10. Come on. We want a 6 or above. I mean, we have it's just one of them. So one of them was already like a 3. So you're just spending a point of stamina to reroll 1. There we go. There, that's a point. That is a point, and that did cost us. I will do my best. Thank you, Mike, for doing that. That did cost us a point, which I'm going. Oh man, you guys have seen me play Nyarlathotep. Okay, hey, I did it. 1. That was 1 attempt. That's because I was just one person. Hooray! So again, it is a kind of a fun push-pull system. What'd you say?
You could re-roll that 6 and try
And increase it even more?
roll a 1 or 2. You finish this.
That is true.
one roll.
I know. I was actually about to scroll down and see how her stamina is looking. So again, you can for as Spelunker was saying, which I did say before, because come on, I know these rules so well. Actually, I did know that rule. We could spend another point of resolve since we have that 7 to re-roll that Mike's 1d6, which if that rolls lower instead of succeeded by 1 point, we could actually succeed in this entire thing. And she does have a good chunk of stamina. We haven't tapped into her yet. But again, this is kind of a fun little system where if we would have used 2 people, we would have had an automatic re-roll, but we would have bumped up our the score of our escalation would have been doubled what it is. So there is a fun little push-me-pull system here, the push-me-pull you. So what are you thinking, Mike and Morgan? Should we just go ahead and just try to knock this out of the park with 2 points of stamina?
you want to try that?
All right. All right, Mike, why don't you roll this one? Re-roll your d6. We don't want this to be a 1. Excuse me. Oh, we will take a 2. Okay, a 4. So it's 7 versus 4. That is a 3. So I believe we wanted to succeed by 4, correct? Yes, we did. So we got a 7 versus 4, which is a 3. So this number right here, analyze the black box, has been knocked down to a 1. By this point, I feel like we just kind of roll one more time, right? And just hope to get 1 point more. The dice we are rolling are higher than that one, so the odds are in our favor. May the odds forever be in our favor. To just knock this out without having to dip into any more stamina. Or we could try to have Mike re-roll him his dice, but again, it's one of those middling rolls. It is very possible he'll just roll better.
I guess we just keep rolling them.
All right, let's see what you got, Morgan. Reroll those bad boys. Rerolling a D8 and a D10, and then Mike, you're rerolling your D6s. Let's see if Mike gets here. Oh, I saw 2. Ooh, a 4 and a 5. Yeebers. What did Morgan get? Oh no, that's great. You got a 9. You got a 9. That's all we needed. because we just take the highest of those rolls. So we have a 9 versus Mike's. He vanished him. He disappeared him. But was it like a 5 or something?
4 and a 5 or a 3 and a 4. Something
Okay.
Like that.
So it's like a 5. So it's like a 9 versus 5. So we succeeded by 4, which honestly, we rolled that last round. We would have just knocked this out of the park and been totally fine. But that is a success. That did bump our escalation up to 2. So again, once escalation gets to a, that's a, oh, I should probably, I started switching to like 0.5. You're going to reload Owlbear because you're not seeing the dice. Okay, no problem. So our escalation is 2 more crew members doing something to bumping our escalation up to a 4. Okay, let's keep on trucking. So we are now cross-referencing the intelligence. Take what you learned and pass it through intelligence databases. No hits returned, dig deeper. And then incomplete data to proceed. So this may be more of like a bookwormy thing. This could be the library thing again. So who would, and again, we always have that D8 of the xenomorphs or whatever they're called. They're not called xenomorphs. I know that much. So research librarian's still pretty good at that. And again, our problems are we just need to dig deeper, and it's incomplete data. Science or comm? Cryptology. Parkour enthusiast. What are we looking at here? Library still makes sense. I think librarian makes sense on this one still, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And nothing's coming up. This could
I
be.
think scientific principles make sense.
Yeah, I feel we're still kind of barking at that same tree here. So I think we got I think we used 2 pieces of stamina. Mike, can you give Sandra Bullock 1 more piece of stamina, please? Because we did re-roll twice. Thanks, dude. Just to mix it up, it's honestly the same die roll. Just because I don't feel like a doo-doo head, like just doing the same things, even though it makes perfect sense. Let's do sensor tech in research librarian instead of scientific principles. So maybe she goes around with the little probe, the alien probe, and starts probing her along. Just makes me think of Wednesday and what I have in store for me. Okay. So let's Mike, why don't you roll the D8, the D10, and Morgan, you're rolling the doo-doo dice. You're rolling 2 D6s.
Okay. Well, I think sensor tech is a D8.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I see. Yeah, let's do it anyway. Let's do it the D8. I like that just because it's nerfing us a bit for not being more imaginative. And anyway, we did get an 8 on the D8, so I'm fine with that. So we got an 8 versus Morgan rolled a 4. That's a difference of 4. Did we get it? Yeah, we did. We cross-referenced that intelligence. Thank you, Sandra Bullock. Okay. Ooh, do you think I am a Top Gun pilot? I think Velasquez is Keanu Reeves. Again, I can only do, I talk about another video, I can only do impressions of Keanu Reeves if it's from Dracula. Yeah, that's like, I can't do, like, Ted. It's the same man. He's grown young. That's it. That's my impression. Okay. Your science lead calls you over. Look at this, Captain. You rush over, and they point at several telemetry entries in the black box. A Zinti engineer nearby has been translating them. The caltrop has been accessed recently, and it wasn't an accident. You nod, as you had guessed. Any clue to who it is? The Zinti engineer turns his gray, skull-like face to you and says, the telemetry logs triangulation data, God dang it, these words, for which the signal came from. We have an approximate area. How far away? Not far by drop space. I've sent the coordinates to your pilot. Oh boy, our hotshot pilot. But I have to warn you. Drop space is risky right now. You finish for him. He nods. I know. But we might not have a chance. And we've got a hotshot pilot. Did you find a way to detonate them early or change the route? There's no signal for detonating them early, says the engineer. That's by design. We could change the route, but without the remote key access numbers, we'd have to capture each one and disarm them manually. And we don't have the time for that. Well, sounds like we're taking a trip. You say, dun dun dun, hunting the saboteur. It's time, for your first excursion into space with your ship at full capacity. All right, here we go. I feel like we're getting some new rules coming our way. Let's define your ship. First, we'll define the ship's systems, and I believe we already got like this kind of filled out for us already. So I'm going to just kind of shrink this so we can kind of look at it as I'm talking. First, we'll define ship systems. Imagine 6 powerful or fundamental ship systems for your ship and assign them the dice. So kind of the same way we've been doing for our characters. If you're drawing a blank, here are some suggestions. So I think, see, powerful reactor. Oh, here they are. These are things down here, right? Yeah. So we have, oh man, I never would have come up with these 3 words together in my life. Hydrogen crucible reactor. Yeah, I wouldn't have come up with that. So that is a D10. We also have the high resolution scientific sensors. Yeah, this is good that you did this. We have the multi-phased HEP array. What's that? What is a HEP array?
High energy particles.
Oh, god dang. You just said it like I'm the biggest idiot in the world, too. Okay, high energy particles. For any other agility. Okay, I just read. Good. Thank you, Soloist. I appreciate that. I read agility lovers. I'm assuming that's not what it is. What is it?
Louvers.
What the hell's a louver? Is that where the Mona Lisa is? What's that? What's a louver?
It's a navigation system.
It's a navigation system. Okay, thank you. I don't know. They have to have museums in space, right? Scientific research lab, check. I got that. And exponential drop space drive. Okay, that makes sense to me too. I have a vague idea what that is. That's your warp speed generator thing, right? Just say yes to make me not feel stupid. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is what our ship has. We have a reactor, which is, I guess, like our engine and where we draw all of our nuclear power. Our scientific sensors for scanning. We have our, high energy particle. Is that what it was? Array?
Yeah, it's your weapons.
Oh my god, it's our weapons. I was like, literally, like, does it make lights? What does it do? Okay, I was thinking, like, like. Yeah, it's the zappy things. Thank you. That's the scientific terminology. It's the zappy things. I Googled it, but I don't know if it's right. High energy plasma. Okay, yeah, look at this. You even have a soloist helping us out here. Okay, good. Just helping you out when you run the zap. Exactly. It's the zappy rays. And then we obviously have the Louvre and research lab. What was the Louvre again? It's our maneuverability.
Maneuverability. Yep.
Thank you. It's our ship's dexterity score. Okay, fantastic. And our escalation should actually be up at a 3 as well, because even though we did win that one trial or whatever it's called, we did that. Okay, so that's our shield. Great. It just goes pew pew. Thank you. See, Solos and I, we know our space stuff. Uh-oh, here we go. Next, choose maximum values for ship features, which I'm assuming you did this.
Yep, that's all done.
Oh, it is. Okay, here it is here. Great. So hull is 10, which is good. That, I'm assuming, keeps us from, being breached. Power is 10. I like that, because then we're not just floating space junk. Oh, there it is. Hull right here is at 10. Where was power? Where do we put that, I wonder? Oh, it goes down under our systems. So to just go down, does it? Oh, sorry, my dumb head's in the way. Does it just go right here?
No, it's in the middle of the ship silhouette.
Oh my god, why is it at 14? Did you get it?
Different. Yeah, it's a slightly different loadout than what was suggested.
Oh, okay. So we're just like super powerful. Got a little bit more power. Great. So power's at 10. Our crew is at 6. Our fore shields are at 4. Our aft shields are at 4. Our starboard shields are 3, and our port shields are 3. I guess we should fill out the shields. So these are actually, I'm assuming they are. So this is a 4. So let's just bump this up. Look at this lovely font Mike got us. So pretty. Please let me copy and paste this. Yay! Oh my god, here we go. Oh, Mike, is that you? Is that you silently helping the invalid in the background? Thank you. There, and it needs to be a number 3 as well. You're so good with that. Um, and then, okay, check. Here we go. Your ship is now fully defined. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad I was able to help you guys out for that. Who will be flying your ship? Okay, your ship. Now let's create your pilot. So we do have our pilot. We do. He's our hotshot pilot. Next, choose max values for their measurements. We got that. Oh, so that's the system is basically your stamina or resolve just equals 50. 50, Jesus, 30. So, okay, that's cool. Because I did notice that there were some discrepancies with the characters. So there is a little bit of a little push-pull on that. That's kind of fun. Okay. So we got our hotshot pilot. Let's head out. Doing okay on time. Flying to the destination. Time is of the essence, so you give the order to your pilot and head to the coordinates provided by Lata. Lata, for her part, orders the vessel to keep pace so you can go ping for caltrops. Not pew. I read pew pew for caltrops. We don't want to do that. We want to ping for them. Before you embark, you may assign your crew points. Ooh, hang on. To any of your bridge officers and your power points to any ship systems. Ooh, is that how we got some extra points? When it makes sense in the fiction, you may spend these points to provide rerolls on challenge rolls as if you spent stamina. Before you embark, you may assign your crew points to any of your bridge officers. Oh, and we do have crew points, right? Where did those come from? Oh, we got 6 crew points, right? And what does that represent? Again, because I'm kind of like reading and like mildly trying to be entertaining. And so again, sometimes this stuff comes out of my mouth and I don't know what's happening. So where the crew points, what exactly is the crew points?
They represent other crew members on your ship helping
the red shirts.
Main characters. The red shirts.
Yeah. Okay, that's our red shirts.
Those get assigned to your bridge officers.
Oh, I see.
The PowerPoints are kind of like that, only instead of being assigned to your characters, they're assigned to those ship systems. So you can power the ship systems, and then you can use those as rerolls when you're using those systems.
So that's like the little, I don't have the power kind of thing. It's like literally like just tapping into like reserves for a ship kind of thing. That's what the PowerPoints are thematically. Yes. Okay. So that's okay. So that makes sense. That's the PowerPoints are basically like our reserve for our ship. And then our crew points are basically like just literally the crew helping out our awesome bridge officers. Great. Thank you. Again, I'm always just like interested thematically, like what these numbers represent. Perfect. That makes perfect sense. And again, for someone who's not a Trekkie at all, that makes perfect sense. Again, nothing against Star Trek. When they're spent, they go back to the general quarters. Fun. You can have your communications officer reassign them to your bridge officers with a challenge roll, one for each. That's kind of funny. So the communications officer is the one who like goes tells them what to do. When power is spent, they're gone. But you can have your engineer, which makes sense. I don't have the power. Perform a challenge roll to stoke the reactor for more. The guy who played Scotty is actually from this area, for what it's worth. Each success rank generates a new point of power to a supply or moves a point of power to a system. Great. Okay, that makes sense. Situation. Here we go, folks. You are headed towards the destination with the MTA. Remember to continue to accrue escalation. I have... Oh, so it reset, right? Our escalation thing, so it reset to the point 0? Yeah, well, that's good. So that's... We never got up to that 4 points of escalation because we only used that one crew member was just used 3 times. So that is a good that was a good use of our resources, and that makes me happy. Great. Travel to the coordinates. Ship scale. Okay. Quickly but carefully rush to the coordinates. Caltrop near miss. Okay, so we're having to kind of zigzag around the caltrops and drop space interference. So is Velasquez? Is he like the pilot of the big ship? Because I know my Battlestar Galactica, and I think of like Starbuck, where like she was like the pilot of the Vipers. So whenever I see Velasquez or however you say his name, sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, I think of like that kind of pilot. But was he also be like the pilot of the ship as well?
He's the pilot of your ship, which in Battlestar Galactica terms would be between the Battlestar and the Vipers. It's like a cruiser level.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. I know I'm mixing so many metaphors and genres and TV shows and movies here, but I got to draw inspiration off something here. Okay, cool. So he could be piloting this monstrosity though.
Yeah, he's the pilot for the ship that you're taking.
Thank you.
You're taking a ship from the star base
Mhm.
to try and figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. Spelunker's like, why did I give Avery this game to like play? Okay. So here we go. We're making our way. So caltrop near misses. So we gotta watch out for these caltrops. And we're a bigger ship, so I'm obviously a little bit harder to steer than our smaller ships. And then we have interference from drop space. Remember, since this is ship scale task, roll on the damage table for each failure rank generated. Okay, so let's just not fail anything, and then we don't have to roll on it because we could start accumulating ship damage. So what would be our best way to get through, and it said it wanted careful and quick, which our pilot's quick, baby. It said specifically, I swear I saw the words quick, right? I'm not crazy. Here we go, quickly, but carefully. What are we feeling for avoiding the caltrops and then also just the interference that comes with drop space?
We can pick from the whole crew now.
Yes, I believe we can. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can pick from the whole crew. If you use 2 crew, it'll cost 2 actions.
Which is
Yeah, but you also have the ship systems. So, like for instance, you can use the pilot and the agility louvers or the experimental drop space drive, for instance.
Not the HEP array. As
Probably
much as Soloist Venture and I want to pew things. Okay. I guess scientific sensors too, if we're trying to like avoid them. Is that kind of like our radar kind of thing? Okay. So does that count towards, so if we just use all ships, if we used a pilot and the ship systems, does that, I'm going fast again, thinking behind my head. Does that count as using 2 things for escalation, using the ship and a crew member?
No.
Oh, so we could tap into something from the ship and our hotshot pilot.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, totally sounds good.
Let's do that.
I mean, so D10 is the high resolution scientific sensors, which that makes a lot of sense to me. We're just scanning for these mines. I'm sure they ping back in some kind of way. So we'd have sensors for that. And then we've got hotshot pilot. That seems to make sense too, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, let's do it. So that's a D10. So Mike and Morgan both roll a D10, and I'm going to roll the doo-doo dice and see if I roll better than you. Ooh, we got an 8, so I can't beat that. What else we got here? Morgan got a 5, so we got an 8 and a 5. I can't best that, especially when I roll a 4 and a 1. I make this game so easy for you guys. So that is a difference of 4 because we got an 8. 8 minus 4 is a 4. That is a difference of 4. So we travel to the coordinates. And that did take 1 point of escalation. So we're back to that 3.1. And there was no ship damage, so we do not need to roll on this. You arrive at your destination only to find a small star system with a few lonely planets orbiting the star. It's the comms officer. I almost gave her like just a Gilbert Godfrey voice, but that would have been really annoying. Looks like there's a small settlement.
Oh, please do that.
It's just like the comms officer, the person who like communicates really well is like Gilbert, or like Bobcat Goldthwait. Looks like there's a small settlement on the 4th planet, says the comms officer. It's faint, but there's power signatures. Time to form an excursion team. I like this. This is exciting. This is my stuff here. Let's get them red shirts. It's time to delegate some responsibility to your officers. Select between 2 and 6 bridge officers. That sounds dangerous to just the safety of the ship. To blink down. Oh, that's right. That's like a little teleportation is blinking. And investigate. An excursion situation is one that takes place outside of your ship, and it always involves deciding who goes and who stays. Typically, the captain does not participate, unless it's Kirk, because he's so freaking handsome and strong. Except in situations where negotiation, diplomacy, or speaking for the interests of the alliance are involved. And you must always have at least one bridge officer on board if possible. That makes a lot of sense. Your excursion team blinks down to the surface of the settlement. Immediately, they feel the chill of the sub-zero. Oh, man. Fatality. Excellent. As their environmental suits react to the instant cold. Faces lit up inside of the helmets. They spread out using their inquiry shields. Ooh, that's fun. To scan buildings. So, who do we send down? And we are here. It sounds like we could get in some trouble here because someone reprogrammed our minds, and this is just where we get some like kind of data signature from. So like, don't we have like some like muscle dude? Where's that guy at? I know we just have like operations. That's it. I think it's time to let him out of his cage.
Maybe operations and science at a minimum.
Yeah, operation and science at a minimum, says Mike. And would we just give them like 6? Can we just like add crew to this as well? Is that how we would do that, Spelunker?
Yeah, you can give them crew.
Okay.
Some red shirts.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It's like how do we kill the red shirts? Okay, so captain stays. That makes sense. The pilot. I mean, he's
Why would the pilot go down?
because he's a hot shot and he's skilled at capoeira. I don't know, because he's him. Okay. Would we send like comms? Do we need someone who's like a linguist to like communicate?
Maybe if
Could be useful.
yeah.
So we got operations to kick some butt, comms to do some chatting, science to do some thinky stuff. Which sounds like a little D&D party we're sending down here. Medical, engineering, no.
I wouldn't think engineering, but I mean,
Yeah.
if it's an alien race and they're trying to establish communication.
That's true. But we do have our science person down there who knows scientific principles.
And her job is to get infected by the alien life form and become the first xenomorph victim.
That is true. That is exactly.
I mean, she's an actor. She could pretend like she knows what they're saying.
That is true as well. That is true as well. Yeah. Was that an Aliens reference, Mike, or Thing?
Oh yeah, alien.
Oh, it's Alien. Okay. Sorry, I remember. It sounds all the same. I just did a film where my dad in it was in the original John Carpenter's Thing, which is kind of fun.
Cool.
He played Windows, I think was the character's name. He's an intense dude. Okay, so let's yeah, are we happy with those 3 or did we 4? What we were voting on here? So we had operations, we had comms, and science. Was there another one where I was just too busy trying to be charming and failing that I didn't hear?
I think that's it. I can't believe there's not a security officer.
Yeah. Zip zap pew pew, soloist venture. Good to have you on here.
We need a wharf.
I know.
Or
I know.
PR.
Well, isn't that kind of like this Alan Nafe guy?
Operations guy.
And he
He's under operations. So.
yeah, I feel like he's kind of our.
Okay.
I feel like he's kind of our wharf.
Gunnery marksman. Okay.
Yeah, he's our. Yeah, I think he's. So are we good with just these 3 and then just assign him some crew just to take some shots for us?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many crew? Like 2? Crew basically just give us like re-rolls, right? Am I making that up?
That's correct.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So like just 2 free re-rolls? Where they dive in front of the phasers to save us?
Yep.
All right, let's see what happens. Are we screwing up, Splunker, or are we doing okay?
No, you're doing great.
Okay, I'm getting a little worried. I'm about to kill a whole bunch of people. Okay, here we go. Let's search the colony. Let's do it. 2 life signs in that one, points one of your officers, gesturing towards a half-cylindrical structure a ways away. The only one with lights shining through the blowing snow. As they approach the structure, a small Zinti survey craft comes into view, half hidden by a tarp that flaps noisily in the wind. One of the excursion team draws close to it and scans it with their inquiry shield. Immediately, data comes up, glowing on the shield and columns and rotating figures. After a few moments, Lata comes over the comms. That's the... Oh, Jesus. Nyima. 2207. A lost craft. Ooh, suspected stolen by the Kaata. A known dissident, but his location is currently unknown. Well, we might have found him. What do we know about him? It says here that, she says, pausing, it says here that his family was killed when their ship hit a caltrop. He's been crusading against the Zinti government for deploying them and losing track of them. You nod grimly, listening from the bridge. That can't be a coincidence, you say. But why attack us with them? Lata sounds pensive. Oh, there are agitators that are angry with the Alliance for reaching out to the Orth. But Kata crusade hasn't been about the Orth aggression historically. What is this reminding me of? Oh, Foundation. This is reminding me of season 1 of Foundation. There are these two, like, the rival factions kind of against each other. And then there's the alliance with the Emperor people. Okay. Intelligence reports have indicated that he's campaigned against the so-called warmongers who deployed unethical weapons during the war, specifically the caltrops. Striking a little close to home, sadly, through the history of mankind. Perhaps he wants to teach the Alliance a lesson, or perhaps to force their hand to pressure the Zinti central government to finally take steps to find and clear all the decommissioned caltrops. You think for a moment. Still doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe something else is going on. Your excursion crew calls up. What do you want to do, Captain? Time for another command decision. How do we handle this? Do we secure the structure by surprise, or request a conversation? Ooh, that's kind of fun. Which we can kind of do both. We do have our comms person, the linguist, cool-headed, linguist, observant, communications tech expert. I don't know what that means. They can do parkour together. And then we also just have operationals expertise and gunnery marksman. Like, we can kind of go either way on this.
Seems like we have a chance of succeeding at diplomacy, at least with this combo.
I agree. Yeah, I think diplomacy. You good with that, Morgan?
Sure.
All right, sure. You want to go in guns blazing?
Morgan's like, no, kill them all.
Kill them all.
Yeah, we can try diplomacy.
All right, request a conversation. Let's do it. Knock, knock. You decide to approach the structure peacefully. One of your officers approaches the structure, but a shrill whistling of a railgun slug pierces the snowy night air. Okay, chill out. Everyone chill out. A blast of snow erupts at their feet of one of your officers. Leave us be, shouts a Zinti voice from the structure. Your team dodges behind walls as more railgun whistles fills the air with trilling screams. The situation can be more dangerous if there is enough escalation accrued. Oh, okay. It includes a task that spends 3 escalation. This means that if you have at least 3, god dang it, I think we're exactly at 3. Is that good or bad? We don't know yet. This means if you have at least 3, you must spend 3 escalation points to add the escape being pinned down task to the situation. If you haven't accrued 3, you can ignore that task. Okay. Situation. You are dodging attacks by a Zinti woman with a railgun. Spends 3 escalation. Only include this task if you paid for it with escalation. What does that mean, you paid for it? Does that mean we lose all of our escalation?
Yeah, you spend 3 escalation to add it to the situation.
Okay, so our escalation is back down to 0.
Right.
Okay, great. But, okay, we're still keeping track of it, though. Point. So we just have to do this escape being pinned down, which is we just need to know where to run that isn't open, and withering railgun assault. What would we do in this situation? And it looks like we are still trying diplomacy. So it's like, let's shoot them. Like, approach without getting shot. Try to reason with the gunner. I mean, I guess we could shoot them in the leg and then try to reason with them. But, yeah, so these are our 3 peeps. We've got, this is where we need our hotshot pilot. We got operations. We have Sandra Bullock, and then we've got Burke here. What's the plan? And what we're dealing with currently is nowhere to run that isn't open, withering railgun assaults, and then we also have some red shirts for rerolls.
I think cool-headed could be good, and so could indomitable will.
Yeah, cool-headed and indomitable will. I think that those are both good. That does give us the 2 that bumps us up halfway to another point of what's that word? Escalation. Unless we but we could get a reroll out of that, but we just need 1 point. So this isn't, we just need to succeed by 1. So is there something we could
do observant.
Oh, that's pretty smart. I think that's pretty good. Those are both D8s. I think that's great for both of you. Observant, so you're just kind of like trying to cool-headed and observant. I think that's pretty good. Just using 1 person, that both of those give us D8s against 2D6s, so the odds are in our favor. We're just using 1 person, so we don't raise our escalation times 2. We'll just get the 1 point of it. And we always have a red shirt we can throw out there for a reroll and just be like, hey, go look over there, see if they're dead, and then they'll get shot. Yeah, I like both of those. Why don't you guys both roll a D8? Ooh, we got a 6. That looks pretty tasty. What's Morgan got?
7.
A 7. Great.
Nice.
So we for sure won because I can't top that. So even when I roll a 6. And so 7 versus 6 is 1. That's all we needed was 1 point. So hooray for us. Okay, so we're kind of pinned down. So again, we're trying just to find, we have the Burke here is just trying to like figure out maybe like when they're reloading, trying to figure out their timing or something like that, or maybe a better place where we won't be pinned down, or probably that we spread out. If there's one of us, maybe if we all spread out, we'll be able to kind of surround them a bit better. So now we're trying to approach without getting shot, stealthily approach the structure. There's no clear path forward in the Withering Railgun Assault. Still with that Withering Railgun Assault. So no clear path forward. This may be time for operations. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good about this guy. What anything looking good from him? And again, we're dealing with Railgun Assault and no clear path forward.
Yeah, I would think operational expertise and
That sounds really good. Like,
Henry Marksman.
yeah, like
Gonna know how
that was pretty good. Yeah, what do you think, Mike?
things work.
Love it.
You're good with operational expertise and gunnery marksman? Great. I mean, that makes sense. So maybe we're like kind of like giving covering fire. We're not trying to kill the person, but we're giving him covering fire. And he's like going to run into a flanking position and basically like be like, have the gun like trained on her and be like, okay, we don't want to kill you, but we have you surrounded and there's nowhere to run kind of thing. So, yeah, why don't you roll the D10, Morgan? Mike, roll the D8. Mike's got a 4. Morgan's got a 4. Ooh, I can actually win on this one. Time to get a red shirt killed. Ooh, I got it by 1. We can have a red shirt do a reroll, or we can literally just have we can have the operations guy spend a point of stamina, and maybe that's for the best. Do we want to reroll my 5? Or no, it probably makes more sense for Morgan to reroll her. Again, the math of those are pretty similar of like, do I reroll a 5, which the odds are I'm going to roll a 3 or 4? Or does Morgan reroll her, oh shoot, I think she had a 4 on a D10. I guess the odds are she's going to roll a 5 or a 6. So, which one are we feeling for that reroll? Thank you, Mike, for switching those up for me.
Reroll.
You're going to reroll? Okay, so reroll.
Roll the 10.
All right, reroll that 10.
Yeah.
That's called a 10. Yeah, he really gets the drop on her. So yeah, maybe this is his, because you have to use some stamina. So he did have to like run across a clearing and she's like just shooting little phasers at him, but he just quickly runs across. So that explains why I lost a little bit of stamina. Now we try to reason. So this has been pretty good, actually. We've used, our comms person, we've used our operations, and we're probably going to go back to comms, but, let us bump up we did use another point of escalation. So that is at a 2 of 4. And so we're like halfway to a point of escalation. And then we're trying to reason with the gunner. When close enough to speak, try to reason with her. Try to reason with her. And I kept on reading in my head, clearly angry and scared. It's like, why would I reason and be clearly angry and scared? She's clearly angered and scared and cannot hear over the railgun. Oh, she is still shooting. Okay, so she can't hear over the railgun and she's, in Rambo mode. So that's That's kind of fun. Like, how do you yell over this gun? How are we feeling about this one? Mr. Tech.
Wondering about linguist and cool-headed.
Sure. I was looking at Sandra Bullock. She's an accomplished actor. She can project. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. So linguist and cool-headed. I think those are good. Mike, it's your turn to roll a d10, and then Morgan roll the d8. Now I've got the 2d6. Good. Mike got a 1. Gross. Morgan got a 6. Okay. And so if we fail this, re-rolling the that 1 would be probably pretty helpful. But let's see. I still got to get a 6, which is not guaranteed. If basically if I roll 5 or if I don't get a 6, you guys succeeded on this. I got a 6. That is a tie. What was the tiebreaker in this Spelunker? Because we don't go to the next lowest dice. How did that work again? Or have we discussed that yet?
You remove the dice that didn't match the highest value and re-roll.
That's so it would be a D6 versus a D8 in this case?
Yeah.
Oh, and that's just a free thing, like just that we would continue on doing right now, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So
game there's rules for handling ties with twists, but that hasn't been introduced here.
Okay, I remember because I do remember you were talking about that. There's a little bit more to the system. So what we do is currently what the tie-breaking rule is, because again I was going off the Dungeon Hero rule. We take the 2 that tied, and we get rid of them. So I would lose my D6, which my 6 that I rolled on a D6, and we would lose Morgan's D6 that she rolled on the D8. So the D8 and a D6 are gone, leaving us with my second D6, which I need to re-roll, and Mike's, which is going to work really well for us, D10. So Mike, you need to re-roll your D10, and I'm going to re-roll a D6, and this will say who wins. I rolled a 3. Mike rolled a 9. Okay, that is a success. And is the number differential the same? So that was a difference of 6, Spelunker?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so we did succeed. We are able to yell over the railgun and maybe calm her down. But nonetheless, we do get a chance to talk to the gunner. And this will probably work. No, I got a little ways to go. We'll probably do like one more test, and then we'll find a good stopping point somewhere around here. Because I got to make dinner. Talking the gunner down. Your officer gets close enough to shout over the whine of the railgun. We are not here to harm you. We need to speak to Kata. I think that's how I said it. A pause in the railgun whine plunges the area into quiet. What for? Did Kata have anything to do with the caltrops hitting the ship in the Stardock? She seems puzzled for a moment. What? Recently, a Zinti drop-space caltrop nearly destroyed an Alliance vessel, and another exploded when it hit a Stardock in this sector. We have reason to believe that Kata may have had something to do with the attack. Oh, you're still not seeing the dice in Owlbear? Shoot, I don't know why that is. That's annoying. I'm sorry, bud. But you're on like the right page. Yeah, because you. That's annoying. I'm sorry, dude. The woman shakes her head angrily. That's impossible. Kata hates those caltrops. They took her family and ruined his life. That's what we understand too. There's a pause as she considers this. Who are you? She asks. Your officer slowly comes out of cover, arms raised. We're Alliance wardens. We're here to find what? A way to disarm, disable, or call off the thousands of caltrops that are converging on a Stardock filled with innocent people. The woman opens the door, sizing the excursion team up. He's not able to answer questions anymore. He is on his deathbed. She scowls for a time and then lowers her weapon. But he would be horrified by what you're telling me, and he'd help, I'm sure. She stands aside, opening the door. Come in. Looks like it's time for some good bedside manner. Come in, but oh, dang it! We should have brought medical. But it won't be of much assistance. As she leads your team inside the meager settlement building, she introduces herself. I'm Lana. I'm a hospice nurse caring for Kata. She takes you to the threadbare cot where a haggard-looking Zinti man lies dying. He's de-strained, she says. Zinti, as adolescents, often join a sort of hive mind with a personality called a strain. Oh. The process involves manipulating their DNA to accommodate the hive identity. Oh, they really go all in. This man somehow seems to have lost or been rejected by his strain, and thus his DNA is starting to unzip and fail. Ah, that's awful. I just read this thing about this Japanese gentleman who got hit with like radiation, and that's what happened. His DNA unraveled. And it's very, very unpleasant way to go, I'm quite sure. She gestures you to speak off the side. That's actually really cool. That's really cool, Lone Splunker. I like this, just like the flavor of this hive mind thing and their DNA kind of wrapping up in part of this hive mind mentality. That's really cool.
Glad you like it.
Yeah, no, I really do. And again, I know my humor is always so flip and like silly, but no, I like really greatly appreciate that. It's really cool. The nurse keeps glancing over her shoulder at Kata as she speaks reluctantly to you. So what then? What do you want with him? She asks, concerned. He's just an old man. He's dying. He's had plenty of suffering in his life and doesn't need more. No justice will come from dragging him off. He will be dead soon enough, she says. Bioluminescent green glows flicker in her skull-like eye sockets. One of your officers says, we need information from him to stop catastrophe from happening. They show her video of your ship torn apart by the caltrop and footage of the Stardock being hit. If we can't destroy, disarm, or deflect those caltrops, thousands of lives are threatened. We can't evacuate everyone in time. She watches in horror, but shakes her head in denial. I don't see how it could be anything having to do with Kaata. He's been here, dying for a year now. What happened? He severed his connection with the strain when he found out it had supported the war, that his siblings in strain, fun, have been deploying caltrops. And when he started speaking out about it, the strain tried to punish him. Severing the connection with one's strain means death for a Zinti, doesn't it? She nods, her eyes glowing a dim green. Yes, the DNA deconstitutes and the body fails. It's a long, harrowing death, but he chose it over continuing to be part of the death that took his family. She looks over at Kata. But he's been like this, slowly wasting away for months. He cannot possibly have been part of an attack. He's been bedridden, unresponsive. But the signal that reprogrammed the caltrop we captured, it came from here, your officer says. She shrugs. I don't see how. You're welcome to look through his notes and journals. She gestures over to a data terminal. I'll give you access. Here we go. Let's look through some notes. Examining the notes. Notes are inscrutable or complex. The sheer volume! With an exclamation point. So who we got here? We got three of us. We've got the science. That could be really helpful right now. Comms. I'm assuming operations isn't going to be super helpful in this case. But so it's the sheer volume. So we do need like a way to like organize this stuff. And then just they're inscrutable or complex. We need someone to make some sense of it. So we could use two characters for this because we just need to succeed by 4. And our, where is it at? God dang it. Our escalation is going to start back over. So if we succeed in one go, we will just have done 2. So we would not have bumped our escalation up any. So again, I'm trying to slowly figure out like how to nurse this escalation stuff, if that makes sense. So we could like take the best abilities of 2 different people if we wanted to, and know that we'd still get a free reroll out of it. And more than likely, or hopefully, we could get very close to succeeding by 4.
I wonder if we can use both. Oh, go ahead, Morgan.
I was going to say research librarian seems to be very fitting for this.
Sure. And what were you saying, Mike? Using Burks and Sandra Bullock?
I was saying either or both of the comms D10s could be useful here. Like you could imagine using communications technology to kind of deal with the volume.
Okay. And then, yeah, and scientific principles, or as Morgan said, just research librarian, which makes probably even more sense in regards to the sheer volume of being able to like organize just all of this information and kind of deal with it. I think that's good. So if we do research librarian, that's what Morgan was leaning towards with Sandra Bullock. What would you feel like with Burke? You said, Mike, communications tech expert.
Yeah, I think that's a good fit.
Good. Mike, roll D10. Morgan, roll the D8 for research librarian. I see a 5 popped up for Mike.
Nice.
Ooh, an 8. So that is at least going to be a success of 2. Let's see how I can do here. And we do get a reroll, which we may want to use. Let's see here. Double fours. We got an 8. That is a difference of 4. 8. So again, Morgan got an 8. The highest I rolled was a 4. We succeeded by 4, which is exactly what we needed right here with this 4. So we got it. Yay. Teamwork. Eventually, you find something. Okay. Okay. I think maybe this will be our last test coming up. I want to get to like a good stopping point, but we're tracking down clues. It takes time, but your officers managed to find the key clue among the haphazard and unorganized notes. Here, says one of them, they found a map that Kata had cobbled together of likely deployment areas for the caltrop fields. Look here. It's about the same number of caltrops as we saw coming at the Star Dock, they say. But look at this. Since you succeeded without having to use a reroll, you can gain a point of stamina. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Splunker. And again, if somebody can mark that off. So this is a rule. And again, we're only playing this game once a week, so we're just losing the thread sometimes. Lee Wade may still be listening. He's very well aware how we're doing that. But if you do succeed without using that reroll when you have a party of 2 working on something, you can regain a point of stamina. So what we're currently doing is Sandra Bullock gets some stamina back. So a complex diagram comes up with a series of code snippets and graphical icons. Oh, Lee's still there. It's kind of 2 in the morning for him, too. That's the funniest part. La'ana, watching over your shoulder, nods. I remember that. It was about 5 years ago. Kata identified that field of caltrops, verified they were there, and tried to petition the War Council to have them swept and decommissioned. What happened? He never was able to speak to them. He was branded a militant by his own strain. That's cool. I'm really liking this whole strain thing. It's pretty cool. His whole strain, and had to go on the run or else risk life incarcerated. That's like a really cool like character. Is this one of your races that you can play in the game, Alone Splunker? Because I know you had in the core game you had a lot of races or species, I guess I should say.
Yeah, you can play. It's like Dungeon Hero. You can
just make your own.
Crew to be whatever you want.
Yeah. I thought there were like you could pick races as well that you could play.
There's some predefined ones in there that you can select from if you want. Yeah.
Cool. Is this one? Was this one of them? I thought it was.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. All right. This looks like he had the necessary codes to give them orders. Your officer says. I don't know where he got them, but he managed to secure them. I don't know what he did with them though. So. We're analyzing the semaphone code. All right, determine the intent. Discover what exactly Ka'ata was trying to do with the caltrops. The code is complex and unfamiliar and hard to infer intent from the code. All right, so I think we got the right people for this with just comms and science. So we're trying to break down. I need my ex for this. She was a data scientist. She could have helped. So what do we got here? Cryptology expert? Is that right? Anyway, that's a low roll. That's a 6 though. It's gonna be this roll is gonna be a little bit harder for us, I think. Yeah. What are we looking at here?
I mean, the cryptology expert and even linguist can be applied here.
Linguist code is complex, but it's computer code though. Would linguist be computer code though? I guess I see that as I see that linguist as like languages, like spoken languages. You may be right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cryptology.
Yeah, there's a whole subfield called computational linguistics where people specialize in computer languages too.
All right. I trust you on that, Mike. Okay. So we've got linguist and communications tech expert. Are we feeling good on those? I mean, those are like 2d10s. That's great roll. But it makes sense. She's our comms person. It makes sense that she would be good at this. That's why we kind of sent her down. Kind of.
It feels like it's her wheelhouse.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of it seems like it's kind of her jam. So let's get both of you roll a d10 and I'll roll 2d6. And you guys just want to roll above whatever crap roll come up with. Ooh, Mike with the 2. Gross. Oh my god, Morgan, did you get a 1? Oh man, this is a hard. Oh, here we go. Okay, all right. This is a big old turd salad for us here. So this is bad. We just lost 4 on this.
Okay, we gotta definitely reroll.
Yeah, that is true. That is true because I mean, Morgan had a. Were you the D10, Morgan?
Yeah, we were both D10s.
Oh Jesus, that's right. Well, let's. All you need to get is one of them. But yeah. All right, Morgan, go ahead and roll yours because I already saw you're kind of clicking yours off already. So yeah, let's. There you go. Jeez, that's all it took. So I think let's give Burke a point of stamina. She just had to. She thought she had it, and then maybe she accidentally like rebooted the system or just thought she lost everything, and then yeah, she got back into form. I guess she was as overconfident as we that were for a second. There's like, yeah, this is her jam. We're good. No, she did get it. It was complex and unfamiliar, but she did break it. One of your officers comes to the realization he wasn't sending them to the star dock. Oh, cool. He was sending them to the wormhole. That makes sense, right? He couldn't get his government to destroy them, so he decided to do it himself. That's cool. Lana nods, her skull-like eye sockets pulsing with greenish light. That sounds like him, she says. And the Stardock wasn't even there when he issued the command. It was constructed there 3 years ago. Oh, he did this a long time ago. Makes sense. Space is big. This wasn't an attack. It was just further fallout from these weapons. So what now? Looks like we've only got 6 pages left of this. Is this a good stopping point so we can still have like a good next session, Spelunker? Or should we do another page?
Would you ever time?
Yeah, now's a good time to.
Yeah, let's stop here because we just got a handful of pages left. Basically the same amount of pages, if even less, we have for next week. Cool. This is a fun story, Spelunker. And now that I understand the game better, I am excited to look at the, which I did. I have, like, I wonder if they'll pop up right here. Let's see if it will pop up. I mean, I literally have it on my desktop. Even though, there it is. Yeah, here we go. Here is the actual rule book of the actual game. And you can see just like all the kind of fun stuff. But here's like the plot generators. Like it's got like, you know, again, you're just kind of creating the story like a lot of the games. So these are just like what happened, and then you just kind of roll to see how well it went. Objectives. We want to destroy something. What are we trying to destroy? An alien artifact. So you just kind of roll. Where is it? It's on a planet in wilderness. So you kind of like create the story. There's a lot. What's really great about it, I remember going through these. I love tables. I just remember like looking through these tables and just thinking like how fun it is. Like just like the just these starting generators. Like here's your features. It's like a ring of debris, oceans of odd liquid. Yeah, it's what kind of colony is it? It's a religious site. Yeah, just really kind of fun stuff like that. So again, we're just kind of following around. He created this for us, but the game itself can just keep just generating all of this kind of fun stuff. Curious alien behavior. Again, lots of really species generator, lots of really fun tables, just kind of generate a whole bunch of stuff. So I do want to say that the game is much more fluid and really, really kind of fun with a whole bunch of replayability and different kind of things that can pop up. So anyway, that's it for this week. Mike, Morgan, as always, thank you for playing along. Lone Spelunker, thank you for creating this game. Lee Wade, thank you for creating your game. Sorry I can't make it tomorrow, but I will be busy. I'm already, like starting this stupid diet of no raw vegetables, no fruits, and then tomorrow's all liquid. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. This has been super fun. Thank you, Spelunker, for letting us play this and letting me peruse this. I've been really enjoying it. So, we'll be. But the plan is next Monday. I'm just trying to get rid of this. The plan is for next Monday. We will be back doing this, and the next Tuesday we'll be back outside the Werther's original house, Pepperidge Farms house or whatever it is, in York. Making our way towards the stone circle at night. And hopefully we find a Roman numeral and don't get killed by a tiger thing. So, that's it. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, get some sleep, Mike. Bye. Thank you, everyone. Stay dorky, my friends. Ah!